Hi, I'm Lily, this is Small Talk, and this week we're talking about Catalan independence. Towards the end of 2017, news channels around the world beamed dramatic images of protest as Catalonia and the Spanish government clashed over Catalan independence. Then everything seemingly went quiet, until now. So what is Catalonia? What's the issue, and why is it back in the news again? Catalonia is in the northeast of Spain. It's basically got the same population as Switzerland. It's also one of the richest and most industrialized regions of Spain, and one of the most independent-minded. It has its own history, stretching back 1,000 years, its own flag, its own anthem, and its own language. Gens foc, vols bira, molt bé. So, cultural identity does play a part in why many Catalans want independence. Catalonia is a bit like Scotland, in that it has its own parliament, it has control of its own services, but more than that, it also has its own police force, and they are hard. But Catalonia's status within Spain has chopped and changed a lot. Before the Spanish Civil War broke out in the 1930s, Catalonia had enjoyed quite a lot of freedom. But when General Franco came to power, he violently suppressed everything Catalan. During his rule, it was illegal to even speak Catalan, and parents had to choose Spanish names for their children. When Franco died in the 70s, Catalonia was given back its autonomy, and Catalan language was given its status as an official government language for the first time. But the Catalan suffering under Franco left a serious scar and is still used today as a rallying call by independence. The latest crisis is driven by more recent events. In 2006, Catalonia updated its laws with relation to Spain, and one change was that it referred to itself as a nation. But in 2010, Spain's constitutional court reversed much of that, and critically took out that key word nation, relegating Catalonia back to being a region. This moment led to widespread protest and the rise of pro-independence parties, who now control Catalan government. But let's not forget about the money. The new rise in support for Catalan independence came at the time of financial crisis, and austerity policies fueled local resentment and separatism. There had already been a feeling amongst some Catalans that their region sends too much money to other parts of Spain. Austerity made this feeling worse. Many people believed they would be wealthier and more successful if Catalonia could go it alone. All that being said, there are many Catalans who don't support independence. Regular polling shows that it's a pretty even split for and against. In October 2017, Catalonia's pro-independence leaders, including this guy, held a referendum on independence, which they said would be legally binding. But Madrid declared it illegal. The result of the referendum was 90% for independence, but those who were against independence didn't go, so that vote wasn't registered. It captured the world's attention, as this referendum was met with such a heavy police crackdown. The sight of Spanish police beating voters and politicians getting jailed shocked the international community. On the back of the vote, the Catalan government declared independence, but the fiesta didn't last long. Madrid responded by dissolving the parliament, imprisoning Catalan politicians, and forcing this guy into exile, where he remains. Madrid also imposed direct rule on the region, invoking Article 155 of the Constitution for the first time in Spanish history. Direct rule ended in summer 2018, and Catalonia had its powers restored. But tensions are still high, as many Catalans resent Madrid's show of force from 2017. This is all back in the news because the dozen leaders that were arrested for involvement in the referendum are now on trial in Madrid. If convicted, they could face up to 25 years in prison. Their defense lawyers say they are on trial for their political beliefs, which we all know is not okay. But prosecutors insist that they are being tried for their actions, not what they think. The EU has treated this crisis as an internal matter for Spain, so it hasn't got involved. But some warn that this situation is damaging Spain's democratic credentials. The trial is expected to go on for months, but protests and demonstrations have already started across the region, and a general strike was called last Thursday under the slogan, "Self-determination is not a crime." So this looks like it's going to upset the political stability of Spain once again. And we're going to do more features on this because Small Talk is actually based in Barcelona. If you like this again today, don't forget to subscribe.